Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Fishing with Big D. I'm out here on this beautiful, beautiful summer day. It's hard to believe that July is about to be over with. Seems like our summer comes and goes super quick. But I'm working on my Bass Raider 10E and my trailer today, guys. I have a neat little trick I wanted to show you guys. I've had a ton of comments and subscribers reach out to me wondering where I was on this project. It was such a great idea. We had a decent little start where we started putting it together the way we like it with our modifications, and then all of a sudden we just could not work on it anymore. I just wanted to let you guys know, mainly because of COVID and its restrictions that hit our state really hard here in Virginia, is pretty much the reason the project has been on hold for so long. If you're not familiar with it, but here in Virginia, most of our trailer and titling ends up going through the Department of Motor Vehicles and Transportation, or I think it's called DMV. But basically the majority of all of these buildings shut down the first year of COVID. You had to directly interact with Roanoke or Richmond, I believe, which are the main two branches and offices. Most of it you had to try to do online or through the mail, and it was a mess. It was a nightmare. It took me almost 5 months just to get the boat registered out of Tennessee into Virginia, just because of a ton of issues and just crazy stubborn rules that they've got in place that just made it so hard to get the transfer to happen. And then I went to register my trailer that I've made to pull this boat with, and I run into 10 times more the issues through the DMV. Not to mention that it would take up to 3 and 4 months to book an appointment to be able to go see someone about this. Just a very, very tough struggle, but things seem to be lightening up a little bit. We're starting to see openings back up in our local buildings, and I've been able to get it registered and the trailer titled, so the projects are back on, guys. I hope to make a few videos for you, and then hopefully I will have this thing modified so I can go do some cat fishing and carp fishing, basically just any kind of fishing at my local lakes, and show you guys how well this project has turned out. Alright guys, let me show you what I'm working on today. So basically when I built this trailer to help carry this boat around. It's not really a heavy boat, but when you're by yourself it is very large. And when you have your battery and trolley motor and all your extras like a cooler and fishing rod carrier, it could be quite the hassle trying to just haul this from the back of the truck to the actual water. So I built this trailer, but one of the problems I face with the trailer now is it's a short trailer. It's more meant for like a lawnmower system. Even though it works very well for my boat, it's one of the smaller size trailers, and as anyone else knows, it's super hard to back these things up. You cannot see the trailer orientation, and the slightest turn or movement in the steering wheel can cause you to almost jackknife this thing when trying to back it up to the boat ramp. So one of the things I've been working on is trying to figure out a visual system to help aid in that, and I think I've come up with something really cool that I want to show you guys. But just to give you an idea on how this looks and the problem and the issue, my boat, even with the rod holder, which is the tallest point, only stands up about 4 to 4.5 feet tall. Now I'm 5 foot tall. This is the back of the truck that I like to pull this little boat with, and as you can see, it comes up to pretty much my shoulder. So you're not going to be able to see this trailer as you're trying to back it in. You can't see the orientation, if you're going the right direction or not, and it's very, very hard to back this thing into places. Just to give you a bird's eye view, you can look through your mirrors, and because it's a shorter trailer, you're not going to see it like you would a 20-foot boat trailer. Let me give you a bird's eye view inside here. As you can see in the back, you can barely see my wife back there. Of course, you know, she's only like 4.5 feet tall too. It's just overall one of my bigger issues that I faced when trying to do this build and this project. So guys, I want to show you real quick what I've come up with, a quick solution. This can work for a lot of different applications if you want to try it that way, but I've mainly done this for my boat build. my Bass Raider 10E. Alright guys, so here's the solution I've come up with. I've already got one in place. I went and I found these neat little rods at Walmart. They're like indicator stakes you can stick in the ground, like if you've got a driveway, you know, people have little culverts at the end of them, drainage ditches. This kind of helps guide you, and it's got reflective items on it. I think I found these at Walmart for like $12 for a 4-pack. These rods are somewhere around 3 to 4 feet tall. And I went to the sporting section and I got a cheap set of tennis balls. It's a 3-pack. I think these are like $3. Super cheap, really cool, and they are like a highlighter color, so they're easy to see. So what I've done is I just poked a hole in the top of that tennis ball, run it into the top part of the stake up here like so, and it holds super well. It took a lot of pressure to pop that in, so it's not just going to fall off. And all I did is I've mounted it here on my side rail of my trailer. And the way that I mounted this, I took these neat little hangers for conduit and bent them in place, run 2 outdoor screws, and I put a little plastic sheave there to kind of help anchor it down so this will not slide up and down. And that's giving me about 6 feet of height. I'm going to be able to see that trailer and the orientation with the 2 balls. I'm going to put one on both sides, and this is really going to help out in the aid of backing this trailer. So what I did for the hangers, guys, you can get this cheap little roll of conduit hanging or plumbing hanging, whatever you want to use it for. A lot of people have this laying around the house like me. And I just cut a few sections off. I use the small holes to run my screws. I use some flat panhead screws to go in for outdoor use, and use the bigger one just to line up the pole with. You can use a simple set of cutters to cut this with. It was real easy to do. And then for my little bushing material, all I did is took the plastic lid off of this and cut out 4 squares, and I used that to kind of help sleeve the rod inside of that so that it wouldn't rub and rust over time. So just a quick general idea on helping it out. Cut that with a simple pair of scissors. Now let me show you how to install one. So like I stated, I just took this little hanging material. I took a little square piece of the plastic that I cut out. I put it in the center. I took my rod and I just kind of bent it to form, and then I folded the screw sheaves parts outward like so. And then all I did is took my outdoor screws, just something small enough to give it some anchor, and a simple cordless power drill, went through and anchored it to the side of my boat like so. Real simple and easy to do, guys. Quick solution. Hopefully it'll help you guys out in some way, shape, or form for a different application as well. Alright, so that's what it looks like. I now have about 6 foot tall, high visibility rods that I can see when backing up my truck. Alright guys, as you can see, well, I guess you can see with my hand in the way. See them balls in that rearview mirror? That really helps out. That helps me to see the orientation of that trailer. But that's what we ended up with. So be sure to stay tuned. We're going to have a lot more projects coming up. I'm going to show you an anchor system that I'm building for this boat, and show you the cool lighting system I'm putting in. And I think we will be ready to go, and we will take this out on the water, and hopefully we'll get some cool footage for you guys. Thanks for watching, and as always, be sure to hit that subscription button and ring that bell. Drop us a thumbs up. We'll see you on the water, guys.